Hello. In this session, we'll try to cover how to update your temperature and humidity data into Google Sheets. We do this using webhooks interface, and which is available over the IFTT web application like Adafruit or ThinkSpeak. This is a service offered on IFTT. So coming to the project, the prerequisites for this particular project is you have to complete the lab which is based on DST11, how to use it. If you are aware of it, no need to do that. And also there was a lab in our series where we were using JSON format data to be exchanged to push bullet application to push notifications to the mobile phones, which will give you an awareness of how to deal with JSON format or JSON data exchange format. The schematic is as usual DST11, where the data is connected to the D2 pin of Node MCU. It's been powered with VDD. This is the breadboard layout. This is the same which is shown in the lab, the previous lab. You can follow the same. Now let's start. Here I would try to create an application or the applet in the IFTT terminology. I'll click on create. Yes. Then you will get an interface asking you to enter this portion. When in IFTT terminology, this is an event, that is an action. So I click on this. I'll try to search for webhooks. This is webhooks. I'll try to connect to webhooks. I'll be asked about my email credentials or the permissions. Let me grant them. I have granted them. Receive a web request. This is a particular trigger action that we want to choose. I would name the event name as DHT11. I'm trying to create a trigger here. Okay. Yeah, now the trigger is created. Trigger is the webhooks trigger. And what is that? What you wish to do? I wish to do update of Google Sheet. So let me enter Google Sheets. So I have got Google Sheets. I'll connect to Google Sheets. I'll be asked about granting permissions for Google Drive. Okay, I have given that. There are two actions here. You can update a cell continuously or you can add a row in the spreadsheet. So I'm choosing to add a row in the spreadsheet. So I have temperature and humidity, two values. I don't want to use three values. I'll use only two values. This is my event name. DST11 is the event name. Okay, create an action. The only change I have done is I have removed the value 3, nothing else. I have created an action. That's it. Finish. Now the main thing is, once the action is finished, now I am connected, everything is proper. Okay, done. I'll come to the home page. So these are the two things you are currently connected to on IFTT platform, Google Sheets and webhooks. So primarily before you're doing it, you need to create an IFTT account. So you can create that. Oh, it is an applet which is created. Now I'll go to my applets. This is the applet created. If maker event DH11, then add a row to the Google Drive spreadsheet. Let me click on that. Now this is the event. I can just at any time disable and enable it. I'll go to settings of this. I will see that this is the event name and it adds a row to the spreadsheet, and the spreadsheet name in Google Drive is this. Till now nothing has happened. If you want to delete this particular event, you can delete here. Okay, this is what created, but how to speak to this? This is what the problem is, right? I don't need to do anything to my Google Drive because I have granted permissions to my Google account. What I need to do is I have to see how to trigger an event or trigger my webhooks. So I'll go to services, my services. My services, two things are there: Google Sheets which are connected and webhooks which is connected. So what is this webhooks? When I went to webhooks, there is already a service which has been used by that. Okay, fine. I'll go to settings, or I can go to documentation. Let me go to settings. We'll see what is there inside. It gives me an URL. This is the particular URL directly to the webhooks. Okay. It has something like this, some API key. Also has something called use. Okay, let me come back and I'll go to documentation. See here, to trigger an event, you need to use this URL, and this is your key. Okay, here we are using only value 1 and value 2. You can use value 3 also. So this is the URL directly which we will be using in the code. I'll just try to copy this, and the same will be used by replacing this event name with whatever we have placed as event name. If you remember, our event name is DHT11. The event name is DHT11. Fine. So let me get the access to the API. This is the key. Let me copy that. I'll go back to the code and I'll use the same API as the key. Okay, this is the only change I have done. Now coming to the project and the code, let me open the previous project code. It was, if I remember, it is lab 12, I think. I'll try to open it with Notepad. Yes, and I'll open the current project also. The current project is the last project, project 8. I'll open this also with Notepad. There are only 2 documents in this Notepad now. So what I wish to do is, I have installed a plugin called Compare. So you can just compare 2 documents with this. So what I am trying to explain here is, if you see this document, here is the name. If I am pointing you rightly, see the project name here. It is project 8 main, the current document, what I am in. If I click on this, project name will be changed. I am in lab 12. So I am trying to compare lab 12 with the current file. So the previous lab has something called pushing data to Pushbullet application using JSON data format. So the only change here, if you observe, I have value 1 and value 2, because these are the data which is to be sent. This is the variable name which is used in the our webhooks application. Here if you see, you had type, title, body. This we have learned from the Pushbullet API interface. The only change here I have made is, I have change the variable names, and also in the notify, what is the data to be sent here? I want to send temperature and humidity. So I have just converted them and loaded it in the variable name value 1 and value 2. And when you see the posting, how it is made, see this, I just copied the same URL, whatever is being shown in the webhooks interface when we went to settings, if you remember, and we have added the API key in the same URL, and we are trying to send this temperature and humidity data. Okay, the headers will be same. The headers will be, only difference is we don't include the key in the headers. We just mention the application as JSON. That's it. Only thing I have changed is the variable names here and reading of temperature and humidity data, and then notifying it as a variables, 2 variables. So these 2 variables will be coming here. I'll be converting them into strings and loading them in the variables as value 1 and value 2. I'll be sending it to the webhooks application. Now let us see what happens. Coming to the code, I have changed the API key. Let me flash my board. Rest of the settings, everything are same, no change. Okay, please kindly check that you are connecting it to the correct pin, not the wrong pin. Now let me flash the code. So I'm uploading the code. The main.py is uploaded. Perfect. So let us see what is happening in our drive. Let me open my Google Drive. Yeah, here it goes. Something happened? No. I can see some folder created. Let me refresh and see. Something came. Yes, here it goes. It came a bit late, though I was quite surprised what happened. If you see, there are some values which have been loaded. If you see the code also, temperature and humidity, I have given a delay of 5 seconds. So let me open the document. Let's see what is inside. Oh, beautiful. You can see DHT11 data coming with timestamping, which is very beautiful. Timestamping is one big advantage here. You can see like around 69 values are been till updated. Great, that is great. 70 has been updating also. Let me close this. Wait for a second. Refresh my drive. Not required in fact. Okay, let me open it again. Anything updated? Last value was 70, I remember. Yeah, 72, 73. Yes, things are happening. 74. Wow, live updated. Pretty nice. This is how we deal with updating temperature and humidity data onto our Google Drive. Hope this helped you in achieving your applications. Try to create more applications like this. If it's not temperature and humidity data, try to update some traffic data or the pollution data, a different kind of data. Based on the data which has come to Google Drive, you can plan your web applications accordingly and you can decide what to do. Hope our exercise helps you. Stay tuned for more updates and follow our Facebook interface, and also keep a eye on Udemy announcements. Thank you very much.